go into playoffs or as they go into the next season, kind of show off their skills, show off if they're still good enough to be here to possibly get picked up by another team.
Yeah, and it does look like we do have our rosters locked. For Strix, we got Rai Amazing Taejong on DPS, Karan Dop on tank, Hyun and Karova on support, and for Worldwide, Emerin and Tristan DPS, Saul Hill tank, Floopy and Nolan Corona V.
Yeah,
As we are going to the first map of Oasis.
Yeah, Kojo, yesterday from Worldwide, we saw the starting of Nolan and Floofy as that backline for Worldwide. We saw that them being so aggressive. You would think Red X would be that primary Lucio player, but Floofy, not only an amazing Lucio, but still the ability to play other things if need be. Floofy able to really push ahead, and they're able to go aggressive.
Yeah, interesting comp choice coming out from Worldwide. I mean, oh, never mind. I wouldn't be surprised if they swap over to a Kiriko as well. Mir on the Junker Queen though to start, which is interesting, especially seeing that there's been a lot of Winston being played recently.
Yeah, both of these teams actually loving the Queen compositions, as both of them bringing out the Tor, which could be a little interesting.
Yeah, Torb is going to be phenomenal against these flankers here. I mean, wait a minute, we got Torbhammer 1v1. All right, we got Rai Amazing versus Emma. Here we go. All right, it doesn't look like there's any swings going off right now. We are still waiting for a little bonk, and oh, Rai gets the first shot, and the overloads come out. Who's going to go on top? It looks like Emma is taking a lot of damage, and Rai Amazing wins. Rai Amazing gets the first Torbjorn hammer kill on the stream. Oh no, as Strix caps first point.
Perhaps the very first Torb hammer kill of the Contenders Summer season. I mean,
Torbhammer goes too hard, I guess. Okay,
yeah,
there we go. Okay, now we are so Barack, y'all. As we do see Worldwide find the first pick onto Taejong's Genji, but it doesn't look like it matters, as they're just they're not even trying to walk on the point yet. But never mind. We're seeing a lot more light green in that kill feed, as Worldwide it looks like they are going to flip the point. Not before Strix gets 2/3 of the way there.
Yeah, we saw Strix get an early positive note in that fight, but Worldwide coming back strong, and actually Strix almost turning this back around as Kurova now on the Mora gets to go ultra aggressive, takes on Tristan, uses the Coalescence.
Yeah, Saul Hill just falls over right away as the Coalescence does all the damage. Floofy, interestingly enough, uses the beat, but it looks like Worldwide is going to be in a stall scenario, especially when Strix just pops their second ult of that fight.
Yeah, if you're Worldwide, though, that's not a bad fight to lose. Strix had to use 2 ultimates. You still have at least one more fight, and Worldwide barely forcing out as the beat comes out from Hyun, and this is Strix going ultra deep.
Yeah, Taejong finding 2 with that blade. That was a ton of value. Like, I don't know if Worldwide can touch. I mean, unless Saul Hill gets a perfect rollout on this Doomfist, I don't see it happening.
Saw actually having to go back into spawn to get the cooldowns back, and this is going to leave no one to touch unless Tristan gets the blinks on the point, which he does. Tries to take down the Genji, but the recall is forced out.
Yeah, Floopy was able to touch the point, and Floopy finds the first kill as well. This is still very winnable for both teams, as Tristan falls to a railgun from Rai Amazing, but Saul Hill unfortunately doesn't have the sustain on the Doomfist. However, the turret, it finds a stray onto Rai Amazing as well. It is still very winnable for Worldwide, and Worldwide looks like they are going to be flipping the point. Will Nolan be able to survive on the Moira?
Floofy with the double boop onto the cars.
Free third!
This guy's
Floofy!
crazy.
Floofy is absolutely cracked on this Lucio. Like that. Like very rarely do you see 3Ks with the frog, but Floofy makes it look like he is a GM smurfing in a gold lobby.
Absolutely, Floofy kind of showing off with those environmental kills. We saw how much Sobek on the side of Timeless goes for them, and now we're seeing Worldwide go for them too. But as we talk about that, Strix going ultra aggressive.
Oh, Floofy again!
Another
Floofy,
one!
what?
And finishes off Cran!
Taejong finally takes out the threat, but it doesn't matter. Floofy kills 2. 5 straight kills for Floofy, and they've already built up another beat.
This is some nuts gameplay. And never in a world would I think that these are some of the bottom teams that are being relegated back down to open division.
Yeah, and that beat for Floofy is going to be absolutely massive because look at the support advantage. Old advantage that Worldwide has. We do see Tristan looking to get a kill on the backline. However, Emerin does fall early on the Torb. Nolan finds the Moira gap, but it looks like that nade is absolutely massive. Great purple coming out from Karandop, but it doesn't matter as Nolan finds more.
Cran doing an excellent job of staying alive in this fight, falling so low, but able to get the shot out. Sawhill does get taken down as Floofy's beat does come in clutch, just like you were saying. Strix didn't even get the chance to use any of their DPS ults, and that's first round going to Worldwide.
Yeah, Floofy with phenomenal plays on that Lucio. 5 straight kills. What? 5 straight final blows. That's unheard of. Like, yeah, sure. Oh, we're seeing a Hogmere.
Oh,
no.
Brother.
Oh, brother. This guy stinks. No, I'm just kidding. But, man, we growing. I guess we're going back to the 2020 Grand Finals. Hog hard meta.
The Hog Zarya meta. That was sleeper, let me tell you. But as both of these teams lock in the Hog, we're seeing some slightly different... I lied. I was going to say slightly different comps, but Tristan TPing the team out, which means they do get there slightly sooner.
We got a Hog 1v1, I think. Yeah, we got a Hog 1v1. Wait a minute. Oh, no! How do you miss your hook? Karandop!
Both Hogs missing the hook. Karandop playing slow, does get the hook.
Oh, no! Karandop!
Falls by the late hook from Cran as Tristan dubs his team bad.
Yeah, that was very questionable to say the least. Sawhill making the more conventional swap, followed by Karandop onto the Ramatra. So, all right, and it does look like Worldwide is just going to push on the point right away as they know Karandop is coming back. So not having your tank in the fight is going to be a big devastation for Strix, but it doesn't matter. Karandop's back in the fight. Emma's getting very low, and Taejong is very isolated right now. Taejong, you need to get out of that room. But Emerin finds Ryan Mazing with a straight icicle headshot as the DPS for Strix just crumbled.
Strix, such an advantage there, and Taejong got so split up and eventually finished off by Emerin. It's going to be Worldwide finally getting the flip in, and they have some major ults actually coming online before any of that can happen, Ryan Mazing gets the pick onto Floofy.
Yeah, interesting little pick there to start. As both teams are just starting to go in right now, Tristan finds 2 as Worldwide starts the cleanup phase.
I mean, once again, you're seeing the power of Nolan Corona Moira, not the Toyota car. But on the other hand,
Nolan Corolla
does get the ult used there. A lot of value, but Worldwide having these ults online and having control of this tiny room is going to force Strix to go outside, which is going to leave Worldwide with a lot of space.
Yeah, Tristan already on the flank with this Reaper ult here. He's looking. He finds him, but unfortunately, great kiting coming out from Strix as well. Nice little beat as well. We're seeing mirror beats. Doesn't look like Nolan got the beat, however, that doesn't matter. But Taejong finds the first kill onto Emerin, as it looks like Strix wants to flip this point.
Tristan went in for that ult so early. All of Strix still had their cooldowns. Even Raimazing was able to teleport out of it onto the high ground of Worldwide, which meant that they could just jump down and go for their spinny boom boom ultimate just as easily as it looked like Tristan could, except Worldwide invested every single ult but the Coalescence they just now have online. And on the other hand, Strix did as well, but having Strix in this power of controlling the point, deciding where the fight can go on, it's very much so in Strix's favor.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like we're in a bit of an ultimate recession right now, as only the Coalescences are online. As we do see Kurova pop first, followed by Nolan to keep the tank alive, but that isn't enough. Reaper shotguns in the face of a Ramatra does a little bit too much damage for a Moira to heal up.
Yeah, both of these teams very comfortable in this brawl kind of composition. On the other hand, though, we're seeing Raimazing play a lot more with Krandop, being able to be much more of a tank buster, as Tristan looks for the flanks more often, but it's just not working out as Kurova kills Nolan with the orb. Nolan, how do you get beat on your own game?
Yeah, find the gap, as we do see Sawhill be able to touch. Nice little charge punch coming up. Unfortunately, it punches Raimazing out of the blizzard.
You know, I presume Sawhill just knew that the fight was over. They were just trying to reset, you know, mental reset, get to the next map.
I respect it. It's fine. All right, so let's see. No, wow, they're really not going to force a 1v1 this time. I'm disappointed.
Unbelievable from Worldwide, but I do like this pick from Imran. We've seen it before. The Junkrat, Kojo.
The Junkrat. You know what? I mean, Junkrat does a lot of burst damage on 200 HP heroes. The issue is Strix is playing 250 HP heroes, and we are going to be seeing Karandop on the Reinhardt. Please make it happen. Please be true. Please be true.
Karandop Reinhardt we saw so often with him on teams like Team Peps. Raimazing switches onto the Bastion, fully supporting this composition from Strix as they look to take the high ground. Worldwide on the other side, very much so a high damage composition.
Wait a minute. We got a Moira 1v1. Hold up. Oh, here we go. This is the content we like to see on Overwatch Contenders, as we got Nolan versus Kurova for Moira. Pretty much it's a battle of who's going to build their ult first, or who's not going to throw a damage orb. This is absolutely phenomenal gameplay. As we are waiting, it looks like both Moiras are going to get their ult at relatively the same time. Both these teams are just going to be letting it happen. So much pain, but there's pleasure in the pain. Wait, whoa, Floofy! This is illegal!
The rules gonna get banned and removed immediately from the lobby, but it does lead to Worldwide winning the fight.
You know, we had perfect stream content, Floofy.
You know, I think if that fight went on for much longer, that Moira 1v1, we would have been to the next contender season.
Oh, absolutely, I agree. I mean, Nolan is mostly known for his Moira, as we are going to be seeing Strix stick onto the Ryan comp. I mean, Ryan against Ramatra is very interesting, to say the least, because Ram can just block, but it doesn't matter when there's a 100 HP Fire Strike, and unfortunately, the Shield of Reinhardt is very useless when Ram is transformed. However, it looks like the picks are going in favor of Strix, as Strix does get the flip.
Although Strix is going to get the flip and is going to be able to hold tight, Sawhill is going to have the ult online as Tristan shoots in the dragon from across the map, just barely going to catch the end of it because they don't know where it's coming from.
Hang on!
As well.
How do you get both the supports? It's like a moth to the flame. But the Karandop shatter as well. There is no healing for Karandop, as the Coalescence just absolutely murks him through the shield. As it looks like the flip is going to be going back to Worldwide with a phenomenal dragon coming out from Tristan. Wait a minute.
The closest match of all time I've ever seen in my career, Kojo. Floofy!
Floofy
on the heel off the map! The support gap is so real. Kurova goes in with the Coalescence.
Yeah, surely Nolan on the flank here is gonna lives,
Oh,
but
Irma.
it's over. It's over. That
Tristan
was
used
the
4
fight of all
ultimates
time.
and got nothing.
This was one of the fights of all time.
It certainly was. Worldwide have so many ults online. All Strix has is the barely almost online Hyun beat. It's gonna be such a close one because Sawhill is gonna have their ultimate to go deep, but then Floompi can easily respond. We're gonna see both these teams just focus on this choke and trying to keep them stuffed as Sawhill goes so deep.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully Hyun can pop the barrier, but it doesn't matter as both the DPS go down for Strix. And the beat does come out, but it comes out super late, as Salt Hill is just going to walk on the rest of the team because Ramatra's ultimate is in a great spot right now, as we are going to be seeing Worldwide take this first map.
Yeah, Tristan getting another dragon. The rate at which this guy is getting these ultimates, hitting these headshots is actually insane. Rivaling and putting Rob on display. Sawhill gets the pick early. Kurova never going to die in the backline as the 4-1v1 continues, but Floopy gets the dinks onto him. Hyun going to try to touch, almost gets it, but Floopy goes for the boop off the map.
Oh, no.
Gonna try and keep the 1v1 going, but Doom
Wait a minute, Taejong
back online. Rymazin trying to come back with the soldier, but someone trying to touch Taejong gets taken down, and this is going to be Worldwide taking the first map.
Yeah, Worldwide just pretty much had an ultimate moment where it was pretty much they had a bunch of, they just pretty much hit Q as we see Floomfi with a 3k boop. This boop was absolutely amazing. Not that one, not this one, but this one. You know what?
Oh,
that is the support gap of all time, if I've ever seen it.
Oh, it's so beautiful, Kojo.
Man. Whew. Oh man, as an avid Lucio player myself, that was peak gameplay right there. Lucio is just a DPS who can speed people around and heal people.
Truly, I mean, enough to bring a grown man tears to his eyes. I mean, that's just pure beautiful. Now, although we saw a lot of silliness, overall, I mean, there were so many bright spots from Worldwide specifically. We saw Worldwide, especially Tristan, Nolan, Floomfi. I mean, like we just saw, all have their special moments in their plays, but more so often, we saw them playing together. We saw them pushing and going deep together.
Yeah, absolutely. And like for Nolan actually got so much value on a flank. He was basically forcing the Bastion aggression onto him while he was just like weaving in and out of cover. I mean, as Moira, sometimes you can do that. You can flank, find value. Your team won't need healing if they're not shooting at them, right?
Exactly. And Worldwide, they've going into this next map, if you will, Worldwide aren't as often on the receiving end of being the ones to pick a map. Sorry, to for someone else to have a pick a map. So Strix kind of has a lot of free reign. They can look at these other maps that Worldwide might have struggled on, and Strix can take advantage of that. Worldwide has never really looked too good on those dive maps. Sawhill does play Monkey, but not the strongest Monkey we've seen in Contenders. And Lunacy, haven't really even seen them yet, so it's tough to tell what their comfortability is. But on the hands of Strix, you have a lot of notable players that are very comfortable on dive, especially Crandrop's Winston.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at these hybrid maps right here, you have Nubani in the map pool as well as Midtown and Eichenwald. Nubani, very well known for the dive, first point, pain in the butt to capture. Other than that, Nubani is one of the dive maps of all time.
It really is. I mean, whether you're in a ranked game or you're watching Overwatch League, you're going to most likely see some type of dive composition. And we've seen a lot of variety. I mean, we've seen monkey dive compositions, mostly with an on a brig, but we also have seen quite a bit of diva in various situations. I think sometimes it can definitely depend on the comfortability of the team or how the team wants to play. But something I think is very important, Kojo, going into this, if we went to a map like Nambani, in which we are actually going to Nambani, as we go into it, the Echo matchup. Echo's so common on maps like this.
Yep.
And, I mean, we're going to have the DPS of Tristan and Amarin, which we've seen
Yeah.
both of them on the Echo. We've seen both of them do absolutely amazing. But on the other hand, Amazing Echo is nothing to scoff at.
I guess you can say his Echo is pretty amazing. But we are gonna. All right, and we are gonna be. Yep. So we do have a sub coming in as well. It looks like. Saul Hill is gonna be taking out Amandu
Amadu coming
and
for Amarin. Now we
Yep.
have seen Amadu, especially yesterday against the Timeless team, Kojo. We saw Amadu, go insane on the Echo against Timeless on Numbani. Now Timeless barely took it out as they struggled on the third point, but worldwide comp is looking great.
Yeah, absolutely. As we are going to be seeing, yeah, and like honestly, Echo has been pretty under the radar. Like she is an off meta pick. Especially with a bunch of Tracer Sombra running around. Sometimes it's nice to get off the Sombra and play the Echo. Tracer is still Tracer. She's fun no matter what.
Honestly,
But
with how silly these teams are playing, I wouldn't be surprised if we see like a spawn camp with a Symmetra or something goofy.
absolutely. I can see the sim working, especially having that TP just to pretty much be a 5-man dive core as a and like Karandop on the Rhine, it's his most well-known hero. So I wouldn't be surprised if there is an attempt at a spawn hold, especially given that there is a mega health pack right like that they can control right off the bat. However, getting to point, especially if someone rocks Sombra and just invis walks all the way there, have fun.
Yeah, getting that back cap can definitely be a nuisance for the team of Strix if they were to spawn camp. But it looks like both teams going to be going onto that standard Echo Tracer on a Brig monkey comp that we were talking about.
Yeah, and Amazing, interestingly enough, isn't starting on the Echo. Rather, it is Taejong. Both of them are very good at Echo. But we are going to be seeing a traditional dive. Yeah, like you said earlier, the traditional dive comp. And Nolan, please, make it happen.
Sahil complaining because they're hungry, but no time to be hungry. It is time to game as the game starts. Speaking of which, worldwide, all of them with some comfortable picks, but Floofy on the Brig, we normally see Redx come out on the Brig.
Yeah, I wonder if Redx's availability is just not right there today, as we are going to be seeing Tristan get a recall relatively forced out early here. We are going to be seeing Amazing try and chase Karandop, proving why Sniper Monkey is the best monkey. As Hyun gets knocked off the high ground here, leaving Karova very exposed. Nice nade coming out, preventing some aggression from Sawhill. Great sleep as well. Can they burst down Sawhill? And it looks like yes they can, but Mandu also falls early as Strix maintains their defense for another hold.
Such a long fight, and the entirety of the fight, we saw Amadu actually struggle to get any Val, being shut down by Karova, and especially by Taejong. Taejong taking Worldwide apart. Worldwide, when they went for that dive, split up so much, and Strix knew exactly how to play that.
Yeah, and Worldwide is going to be trying to take the same position. Unfortunately, they do have to meet a Brig on high ground there. Karandop is cutting off the backline. However, Karandop did burn Bubble early, which means that Strix won't be able to go in as aggressively. Sawhill in a relatively interesting position. The Bubble, unfortunately, isn't there as Sawhill does fall very low, but his support line is cut off. Can they burst him down? No, they cannot. Luckily, Sawhill is right there to get the health back. Nice little purple on the Flumpy. Can they confirm the kill? But it doesn't matter as Hyun does fall first here. Pulse bombs come out from both sides. Sawhill does go down to one of them. However, they do trade Winston's as it looks like Worldwide is going to be starting to get capture progress onto this point. Almost a beautiful one clip and nice little melee from Tristan to follow up.
Tristan tearing apart the backline of Strix. The pulse bomb actually landing next to Taejong's copy, instantly forcing them out of it. Strix trying to go for the dive, but they're so split. Crandrop goes for the
Oh
primal,
no!
He gets slipped off the point!
No! Alright, y'all, day since last C9. We gotta mark that as 0 now, unfortunately. As we are gonna be... I mean, Brig is normally your payload princess, but Amadou going down relatively early here, it means that Worldwide can't really play as aggressive.
Yes, Strix being very actually aggressive, holding this corner with Rymazing forced up. As we were saying, on that Tracer, Rymazing
what a
definitely
nade.
can still be a nuisance. A huge nade coming out
Yeah.
from Kurova, forcing out Sawhill.
And great sleep onto the duplicate as well. We are going to be seeing the primal here. Can Sawhill confirm a kill? No, but they have to retreat. Sawhill is still relatively low, but it doesn't matter when your sniper finds the echo, as we do see Worldwide get the first pick in this fight. Tristan, beautiful tracking onto the Tracer there, as Worldwide continues to push the payload forward.
I mean, Tristan is just diffing Rymazing. This isn't something you'd expect. Rymazing, a very veteran Contenders player at this point, struggling against Tristan, someone a bit newer to the scene. Worldwide, though, having the advantage, almost getting to the cap here. The copy comes in from Taejong. The copy on it could be huge value. The pulse comes in, gets Crandrop, but the nano from Kurova instantly comes out, and Crandrop dives into the backline.
Wait a minute. Tristan, make it happen. I think they know you're there, though. That may be a bit of an issue. Interesting nano coming out as well. I mean, it does tank a biotic grenade and a tracer bomb. Great little nade again. Fluffy is 1 HP. Can Fluffy live? Yes, they can, luckily. However, it is going to be very difficult for them to live. Phenomenal pocket there by Nolan to keep Fluffy alive as Crandrop goes down, trying to get a little too greedy for that kill.
Oh, the nade.
Oh, great nade onto Amadou as Taejong finds 2 before sacrificing their own life. Can Worldwide push this payload to the checkpoint? Crandrop does get back in the fight as Rymazing does find Tristan. It doesn't look like Samuel will commit the primal and is just going to get staggered out.
The spawn so in the favor of Strix there. Worldwide was so close to capping it. Nolan even switching over to the Lucio to try to be able to touch in time, but is going back to the Ana, which is as expected. But Worldwide having ults like the copy come online, we could see the copy of, we could see a Kurova clone on the side of Worldwide, and maybe a huge anti on the side, maybe an extra nano on Tristan or just Sawhill, or even to Floofy to allow them to go aggressive. Strix just holding so the high ground, but the pulse from onto Floofy.
Yeah, and now that means that Nolan is going to be very isolated in the backline. So the good news is, though, for Sawhill is that they have Primal Rage, so they can pop it when they get low. But no! They just decide to tank the stickies, but can't really tank stickies, especially when you're dead.
Yeah, it is quite difficult to tank those stickies. But Amadou gets antied, forces Amadou to stay back, stay put a bit. And Strix, they have such a firm hold. 5 ults coming online. Worldwide close to those 4 ults. But Strix actually taking initiative. Taejong copying the Ana once again. Very aggressive. Misses the sleep, unfortunately, but stays in there.
Oh, what a stick.
From Tristan onto Hyun.
Absolutely. Beautiful tracking as well, as we are going to be seeing Taejong be taken out of that copy. Crandrop does have the primal just in case, but it looks like they don't want it to get forced out. Taejong finding the focusing beam early, but Sawhill pops primal, does find Caravana, but this does look like the fight that Worldwide will finally cross the cart, but Crandrop has something to say about it. Flippy goes down to a pissed off ape, as we do see Worldwide finally push it to the second point.
A very intriguing play from Strix. I presume they thought it was still winnable, even though it was a 5v3, and they decide to invest a lot of ultimates. Taejong actually deciding to switch onto the Sombra instead. Definitely losing out on that Echo duel, if you will, but I lied. They switched back to it, I presume, to get back to the point faster. But Hyun also investing the rally, that's a big deal. Worldwide definitely having that ult economy advantage.
Yeah.
It's huge in this kind of dive comp.
Yeah, Crandrop contesting the cart relatively early here. I'm surprised he didn't want to go to the corner, but yeah, Crandrop has decided to play that corner. Stairs is nice as well. Crandrop does get naded. Let's see if they do play relatively aggressively. So great pick onto Ryan Amazing, catching him out of position. We are going to be seeing the duplicate onto the Ana here. Sawhill does get slept, however, so you can't really play as aggressive. Great, phenomenal sleep coming out from Nolan, being no more than a Moira one trick, as we do see the nano onto the Ana. But it doesn't matter, as it looks like Strix is just cleaning up house right now.
Yeah, Sawhill diving a little too deep into that backline. It's taken down. The bubble from Cran completely cutting off the heals, and the rest of Strix diving into the backline. Although Amadu copied the Ana and was doing their best to keep Nolan up, I mean, it just wasn't enough, and we're in last fight territory with Amadu switching onto the Sojourn to hopefully get a bit more damage.
Yeah, Sojourn is going to be pretty good into these Winston comps here. She does have a free escape, as well as she can easily build charge. We are going to be seeing Taejong start in a very nice flank position here. Maybe burst down a target. There comes the Ana. A nice little nade follow up from Taejong. The purple does get onto Amandu, as Taejong with a phenomenal duplicate gets so much value with it, and still in that flank position.
With how well Cran is playing, you would not expect him to be an EU player on 150 ping. So, I mean, Sawhill, I think, forgetting that the point exists, or perhaps just kind of giving up, wanting to go next. Contenders players don't do that, but metaphorically giving up, as they just want to get to this defense. They know they're stronger on it. We've seen them be stronger on this defense. Like, for instance, on the defense of against the Timeless game yesterday, Worldwide putting up a phenomenal stomp against Timeless, when Timeless's composition was more geared toward the dive. Worldwide actually adjusted their composition on third point to a more brawl style once they felt like they got stuck. Deciding not to do that was most likely the right choice, as Strix was playing way too aggressive for maybe a queen comp to get value. But on this defense, we need to see Worldwide put up just as good of a fight, if not, well, absolutely better, if they want to come up on top. We know Worldwide is great at taking DPS duels and great at playing a little bit slower than Strix does. But with Kurova's nades and how massive they've been, Worldwide needs to be extra cautious and maybe go extra early with Nolan's nade.
Yeah, Nolan has been getting a lot of value on this Ana as well. I mean, the nades and the sleeps at the beginning, is to especially to burst down Karandop on that defense. Really is what secured him the first point there. We are going to be seeing, again, some same exact comp, same exact players on their same exact roles, respectively. So very interested to see how Strix will attack this.
Agree. Strix,
Yeah.
excuse me, Worldwide not playing aggressive whatsoever. Actually, saw him getting forced out early from Taejong with stickies.
Yeah, Taejong with a nice little set of stickies. We got a bit of a Tracer duel going on that mini health pack. We'll know how it goes here in about a few seconds. It looks like Tristan may get their recall forced out, but no, Ryan Amazing hunts down Tristan, and Worldwide, this is their go button as the nade gets forced out early here. So dives are going to be a little bit easier here for Strix. We are going to be seeing Taejong start to poke the high ground here and find the Echo. So as it looks like Strix is going to be starting to push this point relatively early.
Yeah, Strix pushing their advantage. Tristan and Floofy getting both picks respectively, but it's not going to be enough. Strix definitely going to be able to cap this. And, I mean, they played that phenomenally. Strix took down Tristan, and wait, they are going to go for the contest. The whip shot!
Oh,
the whip
beautiful!
shot from Hyun to shut down Sawhill's recontest. What a phenomenal play.
Yeah, beautiful whip shot coming out from Hyun there. I mean, I think they might be playing from Korea, if I recall, but yeah, no, like phenomenal timing on that as well. Bubble couldn't really do much because that whip shot. Woohoo! All right, looks like the dive call is onto the Winston, which is relatively interesting. But Ryan Amazing finds Nolan, so there's the sustain down for the Winston, which Sawhill can't really play aggressively, and we do see a pause. Wonder if it is a... Oh, that... Oh, no. Okay, Discord crashed. Looks like Sawhill is back in the game. You know, we're ready. Yeah. Sweet. So yeah, no, very unfortunate event there, but yeah, losing your Ana there relatively early in the fight. pretty much in the pre-fight stage means that you can't take this yet, as everyone on your team is facing critical health bars, and now Flumpy gets staggered as well. Phenomenal staggering coming out from Strix.
Yeah, Strix able to push their advantage. That's really been the name of the day. That's a phrase I think I've repeated 100 times at this point, and it's something that they do phenomenally. Worldwide, leaving these kind of openings for them. And I mean, Strix, even though they're on attack, their positioning is as if they were a defensive team as the fight begins, and Amazing gets that early pick onto Tristan. Nolan with the nano onto Sawhill.
Yeah, Sawhill is going to be going relatively aggressively in the backline. However, they don't have a Tracer or an Echo to follow up, and it doesn't matter as the DPS just clean up house here for Strix.
Yeah, I mean, it looked quite easy for Strix Kojo. Worldwide not really able to put up much of a defensive fight with how aggressive Strix is positioning. Just like this, the nade comes out so early from Kurova, and Taejong gets figured out, is forced out, does have the copy just in case.
Yeah, interesting swap there. Nolan swaps over to the Kiriko, but the Winston duplicate is going to be coming out early for Taejong. Let's see if they can get value with it. The teleport is forced out early as Nolan is the first one to fall, followed by Floopy, so no supports, and Amazing finds 2 in the fight there, as it looks like Amazing, that's a 4K.
Oh no.
Wow. And the dirt on top. I mean, Sawhill, interestingly enough, held onto the Primal Rage as we are going to be, yes, they are able to make it back to the point. Nolan is in a bit of a pickle right now. Will they survive? And it looks like the answer is yes. 0.1 meters to go. And it looks like Worldwide is going to be holding on to this, but Nolan falls in the process. That is all your sustain down. Sawhill has to use the Primal, but Floopy from the skies finds the Echo as they have been absolutely phenomenal. Good news is Sawhill can play relatively aggressively here, as he does have the point presence of his team. Karandop still thinks this is winnable, but unfortunately, they trade their lives for it as Amandu comes back on the Sojourn with an vengeance. The nano, the nade, invested for Strix, but it doesn't look like it'll be enough as Worldwide is able to hold on to this point. However, they have a major uphill battle because they have 3 minutes and 40 seconds for just about 2 meters.
Yeah, that was so excellently played by Worldwide. I honestly did not see them winning that fight, but they just barely come out on top. Nolan with the switch is going to already have the Kyrie ult. We still have 3 minutes and an amazing shot from Amado onto Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal shot coming out from Amado. Pulse Bomb does get popped by Tristan. Both support ults though, they are investing a lot in this stock. They must have seen AFC dip, as we are going to be seeing it, but unfortunately it gets kited out, and there are going to be no kills coming out from Worldwide.
I presume Nolan wanted the opportunity to switch back to Ana, but doesn't get the chance, and this is going to lead Taejong actually getting dropped by the early ult from Amado, and just like Strix was doing to them previously, it's now Worldwide pushing and going aggressive and punishing Strix for playing where they shouldn't be.
Yeah, and Amado is able to escape with their life as now the ult advantage. Excuse me. Now the ult advantage is going to be going over to Strix here. Unfortunately for Worldwide, the only ult they got is Primal Rage. Taejong is able to find the early pick onto Amandu, and the Nano Blade is just a cherry on top, as it looks like they are going to be tying this series 1-1 unless Tristan gets an absolutely phenomenal stall, but to no avail.
I mean, unfortunate for Worldwide. They really did have a good defensive run finally on that 3rd point, but I mean, for the most part, it really wasn't a contest. Kojo. Strix just absolutely dominating. Amazing, especially so many multi-kills, just like we're seeing in this play of the game. Flumpy doing their best to stay alive, to help Nolan, but just that backline of Worldwide playing so split.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely phenomenal stuff coming out there from Amazing. Just looking like the better tracer in that lobby. And Amazing came up clutch when it absolutely mattered, and they put Strix right back into this game.
really did. With that leveling of 1-to-1, not only now does Worldwide get to pick their map, but they also get to determine the tempo with that. We've seen when Emerin comes in, it tends to be a more brawly with a Mei. But when we see the the opposite come in, excuse me, when we
Amaru,
see, when we see Footloose come in, Amadu, I
Amadu.
believe it's the same person.
Yeah.
They they play so aggressive, but without the same hero pool. It could be hurting Worldwide because having to switch players in and out just based on hero pool can be a little difficult sometimes because you might feel limited. But for the most part, especially during that first map for Worldwide, they did it wonderfully. Now, dive isn't Worldwide's thing. I think
That's
that
true.
map especially has proven that. So if we're gonna go to some type of escort map that is gonna not want dive so much, we're gonna want to see a lot. Maybe root. There,
Circuit Royale,
there's
but
and finally a sub that I don't think we've seen.
yeah,
Sawhill
Lunacy.
being subbed out for Lunacy.
Yep, Luna, and that means we are more than likely going to be going to Circuit Royale, which but oh man, but I am Circuit Royale. It's kind of nice to see a little shake up in team compositions, even though it is pretty much not really team play as much as FPS skill on that map. Like, congratulations, you're a Widowmaker player. Cool. Enjoy your nerf. But yeah, no. I I mean, unless they throw a curveball out of left field, it's Circuit Royale. Yeah.
It's not unexpected. Lunacy definitely a good Sigma player. As a tank player myself, I love playing Sigma and Circuit. It's enjoyable as a Sig player. However, from a team standpoint, it really is just a point and click adventure game sometimes. But there is still a lot of strategic play and positioning that can be of importance, like the Sigma supporting the Widowmaker, maybe even a Genji coming out from Taejong, which we've seen before, which would be interesting to especially on the attack to help make space, to help give whatever other DPS from the mini of Strix that can be in to play something like the Widowmaker. On the
Yeah,
side
and
of Worldwide, though, I am curious who's going to play the Widow. Most likely Tristan.
yeah, I believe Tristan is going to be playing the Widow, and we're going to be seeing some Karandop off tank play. So
Definitely doable, unless he's on the Ramatra, which it's
yeah,
happened on Circuit before.
yeah. I mean, I've seen it happen on Circuit before. I've actually seen a Contenders team run a brawl comp on this map. Just taking the sim TPs, just rather than play in the LOS or be forced to play it in the LOS, why not just teleport to the other side where you're
We Cup qualifier, South Korea versus Philippines. The Philippines unfortunately getting spawn camped. Both teams running a brawl comp. South Korea coming out on top. And I mean, we could see something like that from Strix, but I
yeah, true.
highly doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, if we do see I mean, I've seen a spawn camp happen before on this map, so it is possible. The issue is spawn camping a Contenders team is going to be very difficult rather than spawn camping like a tier 4 team as arguably the best Overwatch team in the world.
And the best thing I think Strix can do, and I mean any situation, is cran on their drop until she amazing. I mean, it's it's the cherry on top. It's exactly what they can do. Strix playing their game, we've seen that they have that mechanical skill. On the other side, we've seen Worldwide. I mean, just about every single one of Worldwide's players have their own mechanical pop-off moments. So seeing if they can do it with Lunacy in as well, which is something they might not be normalized to yet. They might not be used to Lunacy being in and their communication rather to Sawhills.
Yeah, I mean, again, you don't really need too much communication for these poke comps as well, because it's like, see something, shoot something, ping it. I mean, as long as your ping system works, you're fine.
Yeah, unfortunately, that ping system apparently isn't enabled in my ranked games. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. And I really appreciate it if my supports don't turn into John F. Kennedy on that map too.
Okay, all right. Okay. Anywho, Circuit
Uh,
Royale. Speaking of JFK, lots of snipers gonna be set up around the map. It'll be interesting to see not only the Widow 1v1, but like we were talking about earlier, Taejong could bring out the Genji. We could see Tristan get a little funny with it, or Amadu get a little funny with it. Bring out a Genji of their own, most likely the Hanzo. That's what we've seen most of the time. But knowing that Strix has perhaps the teamwork, the power of friendship a bit more on their side going into this game, I do
yeah,
wonder if Worldwide is gonna try to, even if they are playing that poke comp, that double sniper comp, if they try to play it differently than other people are used to. We haven't seen Nolan actually really ever on a Zen or a BAP. So
oh, this is gonna be a little
curious
goofy.
what's
Yeah,
gonna
it's gonna
what's
be
gonna happen.
this is gonna be a little silly. I appreciate the silly sometimes.
So silly, goofy.
Yep. So hopefully we do get to see a Nolan BAP, which is wait, okay. So Lunacy kind of teasing. It looks like they were teasing the ball a little bit, but
That would
I
be
mean,
inspirational, Kojo.
not gonna lie, that pool looks a little too shallow.
You're right. No wonder when you walk on it, nothing actually happens.
And yeah, there's no way that there isn't traffic on that bridge as well. It's like what are oh is that a life weaver? Is that
There's
a
no way, right? There's no way. I don't believe
surely they don't play life weaver in a top tier 2 competitive game.
You did mention like these bridges though on the outskirts of the map, and I know this isn't on topic, but the streets of Monaco, the very essence of this map, pushing an F1 car to the end, very
Yep.
unique at the same time, very stylistic, excuse me. But
Yeah.
it provides a weird payload. The geometry of a payload can affect things like shatter, can affect things like blocking a shatter, like BAP ults, like trans, so many different things. So Worldwide actually playing kind of far up with Lunacy. Both teams opting
Yeah.
for the Sojourn Widowmaker.
Yeah, a very smart positioning here by Lunacy. I would expect them to use the Lamborghini as cover, as it looks like Strix are just gonna push up right away. But again, peek your head around a corner. There's a Widowmaker waiting for you, and Tristan deletes the support line.
Tristan falling to 1 HP, but killing both supports from the side of Strix. Lunacy finishing up by amazing. Although Floomfy falls, that's inspiring, as Floomfy on the BAP and Nolan on the Zen. I don't think we mentioned that. Taejong also getting the pick onto Amadu. Tristan, like we were saying, I mean, extremely good pop-off moments, as we saw there too, but we need to see Worldwide actually live through it.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult, especially when Tristan's in the backline uncontested, and he almost goes down. Nice little headshot coming out there from Nolan, as Tristan now has to take a bit of a more passive position here, as it looks like Strix is going to be able to take this corner.
Strix being able to take this corner, they do have to be aware of the high ground, but no one from Worldwide actually up there. Tristan playing the back part of those stairs. Good cover with the rest of Worldwide playing the corner. Nolan almost loses their head, but luckily stays alive. But this is going to be Raindrop's W key time.
Yeah, and we are going to be seeing a trade. It looks like Amandu does find the pick on Amazing, and Taejong the pick onto their counterpart, but the Zen for Strix does go down here, so that is a lot of damage out of the fight. So as Nolan finds the pick onto Taejong here, and Nolan just going in, it don't matter. Nolan is just playing Zen as a frontline character, except it was working.
Who?
Yeah. Again, Moira's a DPS, it's fine.
That is true. Nolan is able to play a wide arrangement, especially from this season of Contenders that we've seen. Amazing going so aggressive, almost taking down Amadu, as Lunacy responds to Taejong's Widowmaker sightlines with
Tristan
taking down Amazing before the lamp can go down.
Yeah, the window is going to be coming out from Strix here, so now Worldwide does have to play a little bit more carefully, as Tristan was looking for a relatively early pick there, and they are able to escape with their life. But Amandu finding the pick onto Karova. So now Worldwide can start to play a little bit more aggressive, knowing that one of those one-shots is out of the fight.
I mean, Worldwide playing their advantage. They're playing so slowly, forcing Strix to walk into the sidelines.
Oh,
as
that is
Kranjoff wants to
a big
force the
flux.
issue.
Yeah, big flux there, met with the trans. However, Taejong does find Tristan. That is the biggest threat on Worldwide down. Now it looks like Strix is just going to put everything in the basket. Phenomenal transcendence there, allowing the team to push through, as it looks like Strix is just going to be slowly whittling down Worldwide.
Almost losing their head, but just managing to stay alive. You gotta be careful. These Widow sidelines as Floofy barely sticks their butt out and gets taken down by Taejong.
Yeah, Taejong is looking absolutely phenomenal on this Widow. Do keep in mind he is playing from Korea, as it does look like Lunacy is going to be able to touch the. Mandu does pop the overclock. It doesn't matter though, as Ryan Amazing shuts that down with an overclock of their own, as Strix captures first point.
And trying to switch over the Curie to get back faster to help Worldwide. I do wonder that they'll most likely be switching back. Worldwide investing a lot of ults into that and the previous fight. Strix having a far advantage. I mean, look how far they're pushed up. Look at this ultimate from Strix. They now can force Worldwide into these long sightlines and play off of their powerful window with Taejong.
Yeah, that window is placed at such an angle. It's going to be impossible for Strix to actually contest. Great zoning. Orb coming out from Amazing there, as we are going to be seeing Taejong pop the sights here, and Tristan does go down in the process. So this is going to be a nice little advantage coming in from Strix.
Yeah, we're seeing Worldwide actually struggle to even get a little bit of a defensive hold, as Taejong and Amazing just shut anyone down who tries to rotate. Lunacy on their own on that left side uses the flux to try and get out. Yeah,
the BAP does get lifted up and headshot. Shooting range for free, courtesy of Lunacy, as we are, and Taejong! How is he doing this? It's on ping! What? Taejong is deciding to play the frontline Widow. Unfortunately, the ego gets the bigger of him, as it looks like Tristan is here to clean up house. Oh,
Tristan doing what Taejong wishes he could do, as they all get finished up. Getting a little bit of a stagger there on Hyun, and almost to spawn camp. Perhaps you might see a nice grapple shot coming in, but Worldwide barely able to take that back because Strix playing a little too aggressive in the Floofy's window.
Oh, yeah, Taejong almost finding the head of Tristan there to start. Now they know where the Widow positioning is, but Hyun is down. That is your sustain out of the fight. Phenomenal pick coming out from Amandu yet again. Finding that support line is going to be absolutely critical in winning this next fight.
Tristan's real name is Tristan.
Seriously?
I mean, I don't know.
and I doubt, I think Ryan Amazing's name is also Ryan or something like that. It's definitely not Ryan Amazing. That would be a bit of a bully name in high school. Let's be real. All right. Great sightline coming out from Tristan here. Early lamp coming out from Floofy, and unfortunately they pay the life here, as Tristan gets the shutdown onto Ryan Amazing. Phenomenal headshot yet again. So now Amandu has free range. All he needs to do is watch out for that Widowmaker. And great. And it looks like overtime is going to start to slowly tick down, as it looks like Worldwide is able to hold it halfway through second.
Yeah, with how aggressive Strix got after initially capping that first point, I really thought that momentum would continue to carry in their favor with all that space and time in their favor. But Worldwide played it perfectly, playing so slow, playing their advantages, using Floofy's window in such an aggressive manner, where Strix consistently used it in a more defensive manner, actually. Hyun opting to put it a bit further back to go for more heals, whereas Floofy putting the trust a bit more in their team to get that damage onto Strix, and it paying off big time.
Yeah, and Tristan absolutely did phenomenal on that Widowmaker, finding shots that shut down key ultimates as well. Like whenever Ryan Amazing popped a Yeah, whenever Amazing popped an overclock, it was met with a Tristan headshot pretty much right away.
Tristan hitting those nutty shots. Don't count out Amadu, though. Amadu having some wonderful hits as well, especially with that overclock. As you were saying, the overclock is such a powerful and oppressive tool, and Amadu using that to their advantage. Amazing was as well, but we saw Amadu play a lot more defensively. We saw Amazing sliding in. It was absolutely insane. And Strix definitely struggling a little bit.
Yeah, Strix has been looking relatively interesting on their on their defense here. I mean, yeah, worldwide is gonna start to play relatively aggressively here. Grandop is gonna be taking that Lamborghini position. Nice shield coming out from Lunacy. However, that shield is relatively low, so not really too much space can be taken yet as Taejong finds Tristan. Taejong with the defender's advantage here onto the Widowmaker.
Such an early nasty shot from Taejong to shut down the backline of Worldwide, and it proving good because going into this fight, Worldwide are gonna have struggle for space. Strix gonna be barely able to hold on to this back bridge, but all this space being given up because of Taejong's fear of Tristan. Tristan definitely inducing fear into all of Strix as they're backing up so quickly as the lamp gets forced out from Kran.
Very interesting lamp to start that fight as we are going to be seeing. Oh, what a shot from Taejong! Taejong is able to find his counterpart. However, Amandu immediately responds with the pick onto the BAP. So now Karandop can't play as aggro. Ooh, wait. Okay. Yeah, Amazing with a nice little shutdown onto Amandu there. Storm Arrow still a very balanced ability as Nolan is in a very interesting spot, looking to potentially one-shot as Nolan decides to take control of the mini health pack here. Oh, Nolan, hit your shots. Oh, Nolan with an absolute masterclass on Zenyatta. Who says Moira's a no-aim hero? Nolan denies that.
True domination from Nolan there, annihilating the backline of Strix. And we're seeing so many ults be invested by Strix, actually, using 3 ults at the very end of the fight when they also invested that ult of Kran's. It's going to be a huge fight win for Worldwide, because this not only means that they didn't have to invest that many ults, but they can now hold Strix can hold slow, but Worldwide still have the advantage with Lunacy and Madu's ult being able to take so much space with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And but look at the ult look at the ult bank for Worldwide there. I mean, we do see an early overclock coming out from Amandu finding Heon, and it looks like it looks like Worldwide is going to be taking this first point here. I mean, unless again an absolute miracle happens, but losing your tank there, it's going to be a little rough to contest.
Amadu just cleaning up, getting some.
Well, yeah,
Amadu maybe getting a little too aggressive, perhaps. Taejong punishing that, and I mean, looking good for Worldwide.
Yeah, it's a very interesting. I mean, now Worldwide can just hold these angles relatively aggressively here. Tristan has a great sightline on, but great dragon to force them back. Now Tristan playing that very common high ground. Nice shot from Tristan. Beautiful mechanics on display here, as now Strix is going to be like a dog with a tail in between their legs. They got to retreat. Oh, Tristan almost gets 5 orbs to the face.
The T in Tristan stands for a top gamer, but as I say that, Kran with a huge ult, the lamp doesn't reach Amadu, and it falls. Kran actually going so deep, having to get the lamp from Karava. Hyun and Karava switching things up a little bit between who was playing what. That is a bit intriguing, but Worldwide nonetheless being forced back to stabilize. Both teams have that baffled online, and I think they're going to see what they can do with it.
Yeah, we are going to be waiting for, great window coming out from Floomfy. However, they trade their life for it. We are going to be, like, Lunacy can't really play aggressively, especially in front of another window, as unfortunately there is a 600 damage headshot, which can't really be defended against.
Yeah, I mean, that was just so unfortunate from Flumpy trying to get a good angle in the window and falls in doing so. Worldwide, it's a little too aggressive to be able to actually play off of that whatsoever.
Yeah, now Worldwide is at a bit of a disadvantage. Losing that high ground, especially for an attacker, is gonna be it's gonna be very difficult to push up. Tristan looking for a nice off-angle shot. Unfortunately, that's not a headshot. That is a body shot. And now we are gonna be waiting for we are gonna be seeing Lunacy start to take some space, and Hude the dives in Yada goes into the backline. Unfortunately, looks like they're gonna trade their life, but they do get the threat in Tristan. I respect it. Zenyatta, I mean, Zen's a flanker. Let's be real. Like Zen doesn't even make any move. Great, phenomenal pick coming out from Rymazing. Unfortunately, Rymazing gets the solo flux experience as it is still very winnable. Tristan with a beautiful body shot on a Corvosa, and this looks like it is gonna be map 2 going in favor of Worldwide.
Amadu actually going off so hard into that back line. Worldwide doing so good. Strix being unable to hold it, and as you said, Worldwide taking that and honestly taking it with ease.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Strix, yes, Worldwide, especially Amandu, whenever they had an overclock, it was over for Strix. Like, look at this, look at this. What are you supposed to do against this? Like, Stain of Transcendence doesn't matter. He's gonna click you in the head.
I mean, I agree. It was so difficult
amazing
for Worldwide to do anything. Or sorry, for Strix to do anything against Worldwide. Worldwide's DPS of Tristan and Amadu, I mean, going the extra mile. You mentioned before the map even started that it was gonna be a tough and it was gonna be so methodical, or sorry, less methodical, more mechanical, and you were dead on.
Yeah, like Tristan's mechanics were absolutely beautiful that fight. They played so scared of a Widowmaker. Like, Widowmaker alone made so much space. Like, you couldn't even peek an open sight lane that Tristan was looking at. And that's pretty much how Circuit Royale goes. If you have a good Widowmaker, let them be the tank. Let them make space.
I mean, exactly. And as we go into this next map, Esperanza push. Ugh. But either way, we're going to see Sawhill coming back in for Lunacy, which I think means we can more so expect the standard monkey, maybe even maybe even the Queen comps that we are seeing, that aggressive brawl from both of these teams. I mean, Worldwide at match point, and Strix maybe a little scared to lose this. They shouldn't, on paper, they shouldn't lose this, even though this match means practically nothing for the standing, as it's more or less just to flaunt their stuff. It's more or less just to get the ego up there and maybe show off some skills to get picked up on another team. But I mean, either way, this is still an amazing match.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I mean, I wouldn't. Again, we are going to be going to Esperanza, I believe. Yeah, so Esperanza, and so we are going to be seeing more of those traditional Winston comps as I mean, which Karandop is more known for. So getting off the comfort picks, which is getting onto the comfort picks is always very nice. I mean, personally speaking, it's always nice just having your comfort picks in a meta, and so yeah.
Definitely. And this being Strix map pick, they're going to play to their strengths, and they want to find out what Worldwide weaknesses are. And because they took Nabani with ease, and that was primarily dive. Esperanza very much so able to play that dive composition as well. So Strix most likely going to be forcing that. And I do wonder though, we don't typically see an echo on a map like Esperanza. So I do think we're going to see a bit more of perhaps that Sombra come out. And we haven't seen too much Sombra from either of these teams.
Yeah, which thank goodness, because I do not want to be jump scared by a Sombra every 15 seconds. Like, oh no, oh wait, there's an invisible up right there. There she is. But yeah, no, Sombras are very scary to play against because it's like, ugh. Man, you get hacked out of nowhere. Now she can hack while invisible.
Especially a Sombra on the side of Strix. You have both Raimazing and Taejong, both of them so deep hero pools. Their ability to be flexible and play what the team needs is perfect. And people you don't even play, you have Matrix on the bench that's still an excellent player to have as your backup just in case.
Yeah, absolutely. As we are as Esperanza, it does really favor the team who makes the better rotations, especially around that center pole where it's going to be relatively difficult for teams. What is it? If you don't control that high ground on your side, it's pretty much a GG's.
I completely agree. It very much so is a snowball kind of map. Once you get rolling, you can either take it away or get snowballed in reverse. Worldwide kind of showing this this brawly queen comp, which we have seen from them on multiple occasions from the side of Worldwide on push maps. But I do wonder, Strix's composition with that Sombra we were talking about, it has potential to beat Worldwide's composition.
Yeah, and yeah, we are going to be seeing the Junker Queen Cassidy come out from Worldwide. So very much an anti-dive comp. And then Nolan on the... So this is pretty much what the LA Valiant played with actually a lot of success. And it is a slower-ish comp despite the Junker Queen there. You're pretty much going to be trying to force back the Winston, which is going to be their goal, and maybe catch out a Tracer or a Sombra in the process. All right, we are going to be seeing Karandop get poked down a little bit too hard. Phenomenal read onto Raimazing as Tristan takes him out of the fight right away. Karandop can't even leap yet. Yeah, great purple coming out onto Sawhill. However, Kiriko, I like how a single button can just get rid of that ability.
Nolan doing a very good job with that Suzu, the timing and holding on to it. More so, Fran using the bubble to actually cut off healing from the team, but falls low himself and actually gets dropped by Sawhill.
Yeah, Sawhill just using all of his damage onto Karandop as beautiful shot there as well. Nice little knife into the process, pulling the Brigand, and Sawhill is just absolutely going. Oh, that was dirty, man.
Sawhill coming alive, coming off the bench. Absolutely doing insane work for the side of Worldwide.
I need to shower after this. Holy. But Sawhill with absolutely phenomenal knives there as Worldwide is able to cap first without too much competition from Strix.
Worldwide showing the professionalism that I desire to have in my casting as Amadu, getting the early stick onto Hyun and Raimazing trading back onto Tristan. This game could go, fight even, could go either way. Crane getting nanoed, but getting shut down because of the amount of self-healing and healing from Nolan that can be put out. So many ults from Worldwide being invested.
Yeah, and Karandop had to force the primal, but look at the ult economy for Worldwide. The only ult that they're going to have is High Noon, which is more of a cosmetic, especially in this level of play. Will Sawhill go down? No, the double armor pack is able to keep them alive. Great little shield bash coming through as well. Fluffy is getting relatively low there. Fluffy does have to play a little bit further back. Great shout coming out, and here comes the High Noon. Unfortunately, it gets no value, just like all my High Noons in my rank games. The Seeking Missile unfortunately blows up before it attaches to Karandop, as we are going to be seeing Raimazing pop the overclock, and finally, we see a kill on the board.
Strix finally responding, even though Worldwide got the cap. And so many ults invested both ways. Worldwide, it's gonna be difficult, honestly, for Worldwide to get out of these close chokeholds without a Lucio. And as I say that, Worldwide puts Floofy onto the Lucio, their signature hero, if you will. Strix almost with another nano, which is so fast from Kurova.
Nolan has been doing pretty well in the Kiriko as well, kind of matching the pace of the nano. Granted, they are pocketing a Junker Queen. However, that nano boost is going to be online here in a moment. I wouldn't be surprised if Karandop gets it. There it goes. as Karandop is going to be trying to find anything onto the back line. Taejong with a great pulse bomb to shut down Tristan, and it looks like Strix is going to be trying to inch closer and closer to that second checkpoint.
Strix getting down to a one fight here, potentially to decide who takes the lead. Which getting the lead in a game type like push, I mean it's game winning. I mean quite literally, that was very obvious. However, going so aggressive as Worldwide as a nice axe comes in from Sahil. Sahil playing amazingly on this queen as Taejong gets a pick onto Tristan early.
Yeah, great. What a great queen ult as well. Unfortunately, it does get followed up on, but Hyun decides to play a little bit too aggressive with the rally. Remember, this is not 2019 Brig. You can't play as aggressive as, but Sahil unfortunately collapses over with your tank out of the fight. It means that it doesn't look like you can contest it before they get the forward spawns.
Every sign should have had Worldwide winning that, but they got so split and they weren't able to get back in it together. Strix gonna be getting the first cap, not gonna quite be getting the lead, but Amazing falling so low.
Yeah, bit of a Sojourn jump scare there as we are gonna be seeing the bot get into control of Worldwide. Worldwide look the beat. Interestingly, I mean I'm not sure 100% sure why that beat was bopped. I mean, it does force out Karandop's Primal Rage, which is kind of nice. Pulse Bomb unfortunately misses. Ping Diff, as we are going to be seeing both DPS ults come out from Amadou, and Amazing falls into the process. Will Karandop fall? Yes. Karandop does get pulled right back in. Very unfortunate if you're Winston. Kind of want to disengage, but do keep in mind, Worldwide still has the lead by less than a single meter.
Yeah. So close. Most likely they will be they absolutely will be getting another contest around this this point area, but knowing that they already have the cap, if they win, they can really run away with this game, and Strix wants to do whatever they can, but without some good ultimates on their side, it'll be so difficult as Worldwide having the Curie ult, having Sahil's ult coming online soon, having Tristan's ult. We know what Tristan can do on this hero. Now let's see what else he can do.
Yeah, Tristan is going to be trying to take that high ground position. Perfectly enough, Sahil does have that. Oh, what a phenomenal shot coming out there from Tristan to find Amazing. However, Tristan immediately gets shut down by Taejong. We are going to be seeing an early Rampage come out, forcing back Karandop. Karandop is 1 HP, and Karandop unfortunately can't really do too much with an axe swing in his face, as it looks like Worldwide is going to add on to that lead. Beautiful shots coming out from Sahil.
Sahil doing an amazing job shutting down any dive of Strix. The pulse from Amadou misses, but the nano comes out to Hyun to try and save him. Sahil goes a little in over their heads and gets antied and pushed, and Hyun smells blood as they push in and clean out that fight.
Yeah, Hyun saw that sleeping Sojourn and just didn't really want to attack her relatively quick. But good news is for Worldwide, they do have that beat. Bad news is they do have to go into a plethora of ultimates coming in from Strix. We are going to be seeing Strix take that standard high ground right there, as it looks like Worldwide is going to be speeding. Phenomenal nade coming out, forcing out Suzu relatively early here. Fluffy does go down in the process here. Great railgun shot coming out from Amazing, and they only invested Pulse Bomb and Rally, which are two relatively quick building ultimates. And now they're going to be inching closer and closer to that lead.
It's such a messy fight from Worldwide. They split up so much on the opposing high grounds. Tristan gets held up for so long, dies late. This is going to be so much damage missing from Worldwide's push, and because they want to try and stop it from this lead being taken. The beat comes out from Flimpy to save Sahil.
Yeah, great little nade as well. Sahil does get purpled, which means they can't really push as aggressive. And Amazing pops the overclock to make sure that they don't touch the cart. Amazing does find Floofy. That is your mobility out of the play, and Amazing finds two. But Amazing does get shut down by Sahil here. But it doesn't matter, as Strix took the lead. That was their goal, and they achieved it.
Nolan deciding to invest the Curial and then get Taejong in response to the spawn being in Worldwide's favor. It really puts it in perspective for Strix how losable this is as Nolan gets killed by the counterpart of Kurova, who's on the Ana, and maybe Nolan themselves wanting to switch. But the Nano comes out from Kurova before they die onto Kran, which is doing tons of damage, forcing out every single hero on the side of Worldwide, just barely inching out a fight win.
Yeah, phenomenal Nano coming out from Kurova. Like you said earlier, I mean, and even better, Karan was able to keep the Primal Rage on top of that. Unfortunately, Amadou does walk into that field, unfortunately, so it's that's very unfortunate. We are going to be seeing Karan dive in relatively aggressively here. Knife does get forced out. The Pulse Bomb onto Sawhill. Can't really do too much about that, as we are going to be seeing as Amadou tries to go for a Pulse Bomb of their own. Unfortunately, it hits an oxygen molecule.
Trying their best to get as much value as possible, forcing Strix to move back, but they don't. Amadou, in response to missing the pulse, switches to the Reaper to put so much more pressure on Kran and Hyun alike. It's gonna make Taejong also a little scared to go into that backline as Tristan pops their ultimate, and so does Sawhill.
Oh, what a shot from Tristan, just sliding in. And now Tristan is...
my god.
Mom, it is my turn to pop my overclock as Tristan just finds 3.
We are in overtime now, Kojo. This is do or die for Worldwide. They use so many ultimates there. But Strix, having the late spawn from Kurova, it's going to make it very difficult for Strix to get a close fight, honestly. But Kran playing a little bit aggressive, actually. Seems like they're trying to look for an early fight. Nolan does get forced out to TP out by Taejong. And now just playing around these bridges as Kurova finally is inching back onto that high ground.
Yeah, and Hyun does go down in the process here. This is still very winnable for Worldwide, except Worldwide has to win 15 fights in order to win a push map, it feels like. But Sawhill is absolutely popping off on this Junker Queen. Great call by Strix, though, to make it a dry fight. Oh, that was a beat.
The beat is a little interesting. This now means that Rymazing and Kurova can combo their ults so easily. Hyun actually switching onto the Lucio and Kran onto the Junker Queen to get back even faster, to take a faster fight, and to further support Rymazing. Nolan has the only ult on the side of Worldwide, and that's not really going to help keep them up. They pop it early to try to get as much value as possible.
Yeah, Sawhill almost does fall in the process here. We do see that Nano overclock, like you mentioned earlier, and Karandrop does find Flumpy, but it looks like Strix is going to be able to hold this by the skin of their teeth as this series goes into a map 5.
I mean, Strix win the map, but if I'm being honest with you, Kojo, it was only because of Worldwide's exponential blunders. I mean, it's felt like multiple times, but the absolute biggest being at the very end, Flumpy using their ult for nothing really, and then not having it for that Nano to overclock. But Tristan, this entire map, even though they ended up losing the map, I mean, these shots that Tristan was hitting was absolutely wild.
Yeah, that was absolutely phenomenal by Tristan tried to pretty much swing that map back in favor of Worldwide. And I mean, hey, first Contenders cast, we're going to a map 5.
Nothing says a hurt throat like a 5-map Contender series, like you said. I mean, but this match overall, phenomenally done by both of these teams. And going into this next map, Kojo, it's going to be an interesting one. Worldwide won the first control map. They proved dominant even through losing the 1v1s on Hog and Torb. But knowing it is also Worldwide's map pick with this control point, with this Koth map, I mean, what are you thinking here? How do they play to their strengths so well?
I got 2 words for you. Lijiang Tower. Simple as that. Either that or Antarctic. I mean, but let's be honest. We should probably end it on Lijiang. That'd be fun to watch.
It would be to end such a fun map, such a fun match on a fun map, and something that we could see quite a lot on. I think we'd see the ROM brawl We'd see maybe the Queen Brawl come out as well. Definitely the Monkey Dive on a map like Gardens. The variety is something that can definitely come out. And although we thought we were gonna see Lijiang because of that fun variety, we're gonna see Antarctic Peninsula.
Really? So Antarctic Peninsula is gonna be the map pick. I wouldn't be surprised to see Emmy, or well, not Emmy. What am I stop? What is it? Emerin subbed back in, especially since they are more known for that May. And Emerin that first map looked very good outside of the Torb 1v1. We got that on stream, but it's gonna be it's gonna be a phenomenal final map here, especially with both teams rocking their comfort picks.
Absolutely. Worldwide on Antarctic can easily force that ram compositions. They can force that the hard brawl, even the Queen, and may or may not. They don't necessarily have to force that monkey comp, but there are some maps where potentially that is something that they'd want to do on the very outside open maps like labs. It's something that you might want to think about running, but I think it truly does come down to the team and what they want to play.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Arctic is a relatively interesting map because it feels like all these all these maps are pretty much heavily favored towards brawl. I mean, even Orisa actually ironically works here. So like, but again, we're gonna be seeing the Ramatra forced. Emerin is subbed back in. Forgot to mention that. Yippee. Woohoo. Even. Alright, right now I am all alone, with no one else beside me.
I think we're seeing definitely the stereotypical comps from both of these teams. Both of them really on their comfort picks.
Yeah, we are, yeah, I mean, Worldwide is going to be trying to run it down mid onto their backline without a Sombra jump scaring their Baptiste. Nolan is going to be on the search for that as great little hack coming out onto Tristan as Karandop is going to be into their backline. Can they sustain him through him? Absolutely. Great job by the support lines keeping that tank alive, as it looks like Strix is going to be capping that point first, unless Emerin does have something to say about it. Unfortunately, their backline does get exposed, and Rai amazing on the Sombra, not really known for her DPS, still gets 2 kills nonetheless.
Emerin with a little outgoing nasty shot on that Tracer Taejong. Now, I am extremely interested to see how Worldwide adjusts to this, because Strix's composition definitely countering Worldwide's, playing with that Sombra, playing to their strengths of how split Worldwide can get. Worldwide actually opting for a Sombra Reaper of their own to shut down Grandrop as much as possible. And Nolan on the typical Nolan pick, they're going to be playing as 5. They're going to be hard brawling.
Yeah, Nolan onto that Moira it's gonna be very difficult for Karandop to actually do anything. As long as they find the flankers, like, and walk on their backline, it doesn't matter, because Pulse Bomb gets attached to Sawhill. I mean, not really too much you can do about that. Karandop is gonna be starting to play a little bit more aggressively here. Hyun able to find the shield bash onto the Sombra. Jump scare down. I repeat, the jump scare is down.
Yeah, all Strix has to do is exactly what they did. They forced out those cooldowns, jumped out, and then went for a huge re-engage in. And with that pulse bomb from Taejong to finish out Sawhill, it left Worldwide, I mean, just suffering, honestly.
Yeah, as looks like Karandop is going to be holding this space relatively aggressively here, trying to probably coordinate a dive onto the Moira if they get a hack. Huge EMP coming through. Unfortunately, there is no follow-up. Great coalescence coming out from Nolan. Unfortunately, they're not going to find anyone, as the EMP must have been miscalled, as it looks like Worldwide is going to be taking this point.
I mean, an absolute blunder, honestly. I'm very, very confused. Like you said, perhaps a misplay, a miscommunication, but going into this next fight, Pulse gets stuck onto Nolan as they get hacked, so they can't move. Amazing gets both the backline, and this leaves Worldwide unable to use their beat to stay alive, and it's going to be Strix taking this fight so easily.
Bro, I was just talking. But yeah, no, phenomenal job by Strix there, just being like, hey, they're playing aggressively here. We're still alive. We can probably get an easy pulse onto the Moira. They were able to do that. Oh no! No! That EMP!
Oh.
The Esports Commission, call him right now! The EMP hits no one! And they don't even die! Oh my goodness. No. No. How do you lose a Torb 1v1 and that catch? That is, man, Emerin isn't gonna hear the end of it tonight.
Imran will not recover. The final game for both of these teams in the Summer Contenders Series, and I mean they're going out. It was with a bang, but both of these teams are slowly, sloppily getting to the finish line.
This is an all-out marathon right here. It ain't a sprint. This is just like you're crawling to the finish line. This is like New York Marathon, just 26.2 rolling
Boston?
long miles. They both have marathons. Doesn't matter.
I didn't know that. Anywho, Worldwide and Strix both doing a marathon of their own with the fight that's going to last perhaps a while until one of these teams can get a pick. Worldwide opting for the Reaper to play a little bit more perhaps aggressive and more tank busty.
Yeah, Ryan Amazing onto the Sojourn as well. I mean, like that's a phenomenal escape character. The issue is Worldwide just has outright more damage, and Worldwide, unfortunately, their aggression gets called out as Tristan is the first one to fall here. Look at all this damage coming out from Karandop as he finds the punches onto Sawhill.
And Worldwide just aren't playing the same game. They split up so much, and Strix doing a wonderful job of taking advantage of that. They see these opportunities. They see Worldwide maybe screw up
wait a minute.
But Tristan takes advantage of Kuroba's misplay and instantly takes off their head.
Yeah, Nolan already has built up the Coalescence as well. Sawhill does get the Nemesis form popped relatively early. They can't really go in on this because of all the damage that Strix has been doing. So, phenomenal job from Strix trying to... And great mail there for zoning off that Coalescence engage. Sawhill gets frozen and can't really save him through all the damage there. However, it doesn't matter. It looks like Floonfy and Tate Zhang fall in the process here. Both beats get used. And we are going to be seeing Ryan Amazing pop the overclock here. Can Ryan Amazing find any more? And unfortunately, that is a very expensive fight for Strix, as the only ult they have left is the Coalescence.
That just shouldn't have happened. Worldwide had everything in their favor. They had the Coalescence, they had the dead Mora on the side of Strix, and they weren't able to take it. Strix recovered and never gave up the point. Worldwide, having both of these DPS ults online, though, are going to be able to hopefully get an advantage. As Strix try to go early, Kuroba going to go for the Coalescence early as well.
Yeah, they're able to catch out this Mei Ice Block relatively early here. Emerin does have the Blizzard, though, in the process, and Sawhill's just going to be running it down main with his Annihilation. Looking like my ranked teammates out here, but Kuroba does find Emerin in the process. So this is going to be... So this is still very winnable for Strix here, despite the massive ult disadvantage that they have. Oh, but look, unfortunately, Heon gets walked on into the process here, and Nolan is just pulling out the rank strats for this game here, going on a flank with the DPS Moira here. Taejong does fall in the process here, and it does look like Sawhill is just going to be cleaning up with all the punches in the world, as Worldwide is able to flip the point, but not before Strix gets 99%.
Now, although this is a one-fight territory, Sawhill doing work on the Ramatra, keeping Worldwide alive in this series. I mean, map point, match point. It's going to take a miracle for Worldwide to keep this up against these ultimates of Strix. This beat from Floonfy is going to have to be perfectly timed. It's not impossible, but we need to see Worldwide play perfectly, Kojo.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, early hack gets onto the Mei, so now Mei has a free ult whenever she wants. Ryan Amazing does pop the overcharge relatively early here. What is that Mei ult? The Mei ult's in the wall, but it doesn't matter as Nolan does fall. Karandop is getting relatively low through his Annihilation. However, block is a very balanced ability. It means that they won't die, as we are going to be seeing wait a minute, it's still very winnable for the side of Worldwide, but Kurova does find 2 in the process. Can Kurova clutch it out for their team? And Kurova does find 3. Kurova wins it for Strix, as Strix is gonna take their final game in a phenomenal 5-map series.
Absolutely a good game. We saw such phenomenal plays from both teams, but the consistency was there from Strix. We saw how good they were on Esperanza and Antarctic Peninsula. I mean, that's what
Wow.
the East Coast is during the winters. I mean, I can't even make the joke. Anywho, the Battle of the Moras, as Kurova says, a Mora Gap. That is an interesting thing to say to Nolan, but nonetheless, it's true.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely phenomenal stuff from Kurova coming out that final map. I mean, if what is it? Strix just used their momentum they gained from that last map and just were like, here, let's just push it over. Let's go. There we go. And yeah, no, Strix looked absolutely phenomenal that last map as they go out with a bang. Um, however, their contenders run does end here. Worldwide and Strix, both of y'all have been super fun to watch, so appreciate the entertainment.
Absolutely, and it's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of the Timeless Broadcasting Project, and nonetheless be a part of contenders this season. To be able to cast some of these teams, and with how close some of these matches have been, just like the one today, Strix versus Worldwide, just like Timeless games, Timeless versus Worldwide yesterday, Timeless versus Rift. Some of these recent games as well, being a little sad, ending in defeat, but still nonetheless being such phenomenal games to watch, and honestly makes me want to play the game.
Yeah, absolutely. As if you do tune in to the mainstream right now, Good Boys is up on Timeless right now, 2-0. But Timeless, the good news is Timeless is they're still fighting strong. So we are going to be seeing some games later today as well. Um, I think Saints versus Amplify is going on right now, as well as Wisp and Afterlife. Rift and Dragonets is going to be going on a little bit later. Hopefully, all those games will be bangers too.
Count either that Pirates in Pajamas versus O3 Splash game with Pip coming out 3-1. I mean,
Ooh,
I didn't expect that, but very well deserved. Some of those players been in the scene for a long time. Some of them brand new, and I mean them coming in so hard, beating O3 Splash, which has been the dominant team throughout most of the contender season so far, and in which this Timeless Broadcasting Project, like I was saying, it's absolutely amazing and an honor to be a part of, and
mhm.
you can support it as well. It's all volunteer work, all the producers, everyone from Kojo to T, our producer, to all the observers, Pluto,
Hey,
Kothar.
Kotham.
I mean, it's an absolute blast to work with these people. Solomon, I mean, just absolutely going crazy with all the work they've been putting in as well. Don't, I mean, knock on wood. The list goes on and on and on. And to donate to the cause essentially, and all those volunteer work, help everybody out. We're all trying to break into the
Yep.
scene. uh viteramen.com/TBP, and that's how you
Or
can donate.
if you're in the stream right now, you can type !mark donate, and what that'll do is that'll send you a link to get you straight to the website to help us out.
Absolutely. And Kojo, it's been an absolute honor and a pleasure. And have a wonderful night. Take care of yourselves. Be happy. Catch you later.